Thank you for tuning into the Sistas Talk Podcast. This is Danny M. And I have a co-host. Papa T. Island is in the building. Guys, let's give him a round of applause. And
what's up, y'all?
We want to thank the people who are watching us right now on Facebook Live. We'll make sure to have a copy of this on our Instagram. In case you guys aren't following, it's Sistas_Talk. That's SISTAS_TALK. Now today, oh my goodness, guys, we have so much ground to cover. If you guys have been keeping up with anything that's been going on in the world today, there is a global pandemic that is striking every country, every continent on this planet, probably with the exception of Antarctica, right? I mean, it's just crazy. So as far as we know of, that's right. Good point. So, I mean, it's just been amazing just watching how the medical staffs are getting in there, taking care of everybody that needs to be taken care of, making sure that everything is sanitized, making sure that these patients have the bed space that they need, making sure that these patients have the medication that they need. People who have pre-existing health conditions, they're being treated, with services or lack thereof. These nurses, these doctors, we salute you. You guys are doing your thing. So I personally have a couple of friends who are nurses, and I just want to shout you guys out. Miss Shay Joy, Miranda Blewett, you guys are doing your thing. I mean, some people are even risking the health of their unborn children. So you guys, we really have to take a moment out and just appreciate these people who are putting their lives out on the line. Shout out to Miss Tina Lewis George. She is a COVID-19 survivor. I did a interview on her a few weeks ago, and it was just amazing, all of the things that she went through by herself. She was able to heal alone, with the help and grace of God, of course. And for those non-believers, honey, now is the time for you to open up your eyes and see what's going on. It is a global pandemic. And while this virus is kicking everybody's ass on one end, there's the locusts, on the other side of the world that are eating up crops and things in Africa. So guys, pay attention to the global news. There's a lot going on. There's always a lot going on. But right now, it's very evident there's a real shift. There's a real change happening. And we all need to wake up and be aware of this shift. I know you guys know that earlier, you guys saw the flyer. With Donald Trump on the flyer, and I want to go back to that flyer because I want to address something here. Now, although the flyer is hilarious, right, because a lot of people saw that press conference that Trump did on the doctor who stated, their findings on the testing of COVID-19 so far. He talked about how
he's not really a doctor according to news. He's just a military medical assistant.
Oh, so he's not even a full-fledged doctor
nor scientist.
You heard it first on the Sistas Talk Podcast. Listen, guys, this is crazy. So the medical assistant gave some of his results from the COVID-19 testing that has already been done so far. And what they found is that this disease dies within a few minutes after it's been exposed to sunlight, UV radiation. It also dies whenever it comes into contact with this long name drug. I can't pronounce the name, but within 30 seconds. Any disinfectant, it kills it within a few minutes. And so the rebuttal from the president was, can we find a way to put the light inside the body? Okay, you guys got to find this video and look at it. It's on YouTube, it's on CNN Live, it's everywhere, and people are making memes left and right. And so I decided to create that meme today that says, hey, my followers will drink the Koolaid. Where that comes from is the fact that there are people that are actually in our country, and probably on a global sense, that are literally trying to consume disinfectants, and we cannot do that. In case you don't know, in case you're not familiar with disinfectants, Lysol, Clorox bleach, things that most people that I thought knew about. There's some people who are completely unaware, and they think it's okay and safe to consume it with your beverage. You can't do that, okay? In case you don't know, when you pop the top on bleach, it emits fumes that should indicate to you that it's toxic, right? And that it should not be consumed. However, people are still doing it. So this is the message I want to open up this show with, because I want guys to know how serious this is. Like, we cannot be playing games with this, guys. It's a joke to some extent, but also we need to learn from this for the people who don't know. So the Sistas Talk Podcast will discuss many changes in our country, okay?
True.
since the COVID-19. It's affected small business, big business. It's affected everybody's every day-to-day life. Some people are working from home. Some people have lost their jobs. Some people still have to get out here and be amongst the public and do their due diligence, right? We want to talk about the drinking of disinfectants like I just covered. It's dangerous. Simply do not do it. Don't even consider it. Also, I just want to talk about how the pandemic has gotten people who are on edge. Hey, Antoinette, hi, everybody. Let me pause. I want to thank everybody that's on Facebook Live that's tuned in to us right now. For those who can't access Facebook Live, make sure you download the Grade A Radio app. We're streaming live on the radio as well. Okay, we want to talk about this serious issue that's affecting each and every one of us. Some of us have lost very close people near and dear to us, and we're continuing to lose them. I was fortunate enough to interview 2 COVID-19 survivors a couple of weeks ago, one in which was induced into a 3-week coma. Guys, this is serious. This man is in his 30s, okay? It's not a game. And yes, he's black, in case you want to know. A lot of black people thought initially we couldn't catch the virus. Yes! What are y'all thinking? Baby, melanin is not protecting anybody. Anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a game, okay? So, although the flyer was hilarious, right? And it was funny, you know, this is a very serious time in history. We're literally making history, guys. So we need to do whatever it takes to keep ourselves safe and to protect our families as well. So you see, I have this face mask wrapped around my mouth because I had on one before I came into the studio. I had on gloves as well. Like, we need to wipe down all surfaces. And the number one takeaway from this is do not consume the disinfectants. Okay? Like, this is crazy. Right? So again, we have Papa T in the building. We're so glad to have you today. We have a lot of ground to cover. That's all I can say.
Sure, let's do it. Come on, let's do it.
Let's get it. So, okay, so people are accidentally poisoning themselves with bleach as they're trying to disinfect their homes to prevent coronavirus. Now, just that title alone, this comes from the CDC, right? Center of Disease Control. I know it's funny, but people are out here really overdosing on bleach, on disinfectants. And we got to talk about this because people obviously don't know. You don't know what you don't know. I know you're not a doctor, but I know that you clean your home. So what kind of advice would you give people who are this is the first time in their life that they're coming into contact with using bleach. First time in their life that they're coming into contact with using Lysol wipes. This is serious. Lysol sprays, things like that. What's your best advice to them?
Ooh, the best advice I could give to them, Danny, honestly, is to read instructions on the back of the thing. That is a very, very, very important thing. It's not just a design put on there to sell the product more. What you need to do is to read. Read first, follow instructions, and please do not consume that stuff.
Look, we got a caller. Sorry to cut you off. Hello? Okay, all right, so we got a caller on the line. I'm going to switch over. So let's see if we can hear you. I'm going to try to bring up the volume on the call. Give me a second. I want to hear this because we already got a caller. This is serious. How do I turn the volume up? Say something. Oh, it hung up. Oh, no, it's still on. Oh, here we go. Volume. All right, say something. Say hello. No, I can't hear you. Hold on just 1 second. All right, say hello. I don't even know how to put that on speakerphone. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. So we have Keyshawn on the line, guys. So what's your take on American people consuming disinfectants?
It's mighty weird that people want to disinfect themselves. Now, they should have been doing that from the get-go.
They should have been using disinfectants appropriately, we should say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not consuming them, guys. Don't make a Lysol martini, okay? Like, this is crazy that we have to tell you guys this.
Yeah, exactly. That's my take on it. It's mighty strange that it take a virus to go around for people to keep themselves, clean and sanitized. So
this is true.
It's true. That is
For
true.
the first, you know what's funny that you say that, Keyshawn? For the first time, like, we saw all the tissue gone for like the first 2 or 3 weeks, right? And then, but all the body wash was still there. So what are we doing? We're not washing our bodies, okay? We're wiping, but we're not washing. So what's up with that? I just want to know. So let me ask you, because I just asked Papa T. He's in the building. You know, I asked him, I said, hey, what's your advice for people who have never used disinfectants, for people who have never used bleach, Lysol? Because there's some people who take the natural approach, right? What would be your best advice to those individuals who are coming in contact with disinfectants for the first time in their lives?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Well, I would suggest reach out to the grandmas and grandpas because they can teach you the best. You know, I mean, not the new grannies, but the great grandmas.
Not the new grannies, meaning the ones that are still going into the clubs. We're talking about the old school grandmas. To grab a rag and wash your face with it, right? Okay.
Yeah. So we need some old school learning on how to use that stuff because once again, if you can use bleach to purify water, but if you put too much bleach in it, you can be in a casket somewhere and they're gonna label it as COVID, but really it's out of an overdose of bleach.
Exactly. So for people who can't hear Keyshawn, what he's saying is, it's a lot of people will be labeled as a COVID-19 death, but in actuality, they've overdosed on the disinfectants. They've consumed the bleach. They've inhaled too much of, the disinfectant fumes that are obvious when you open the bottles. Guys, please use common sense. Use human instinct, right? So somewhere along the way, that should kick in, right? No matter what somebody tells you to do, you should think for yourselves. This is the moment to get back to self and start thinking. Keyshawn, we want to thank you so much for calling in today. We got to keep it going because we're only going to 4 today. Thank you. And stay safe. All right? So as we were saying, Papa T, we were talking to you. We were asking you for some advice on how to use these disinfectants. You said one huge giveaway, one important detail. You said, hey, people need to read the instructions.
Yeah, like for real. Read the instruction on the back of the... whatever you buy, the Lysol spray, especially Lysol spray, not because it says on the label that it actually get rid of coronavirus. You should also read what else it get rid of as well and how much chemical and the percentage of the chemicals inside of it, which actually is very, very harmful. If you look at the back of it as well, you'll see different warning signs of, that can harm the human body.
Absolutely.
For bleach, come on. You already see what bleach can do. Pour that on. If you have a brand new, let's say you have a brand new shirt, just buy it from the mall or online, since nobody going to the malls anymore. Everything is online. You buy a brand new shirt. I don't know. Let's say that your girlfriend or your wife mistakenly put a little bleach on it. Hey.
You know what you say? Tell the truth. You cheated. Your wife caught you with cheating, and she threw some bleach all over your black shirt. Come on, let's keep it real. Keep going.
I bet something like that may happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. Come on, man. You check it out. The black shirt ain't black no more.
That's right.
Same thing what it does to the black shirt, it'll do the same thing for the inside of your body.
Absolutely.
You can't do that. As I said, read the back of the label. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Don't act stupid.
Stay safe and stay smart. That needs to be hashtags. Like, I think I'm going to hashtag that for this podcast. We need to stay safe, stay home, and stay smart. Like, it's too much information out here. Like, Antoinette, Shaban, shout out to you, girl. And your dancing, girl. I always share your dance routines, girl. I've been trying to work out and lost a few pounds, too. But anyway, she says it must be true. It's on the internet. She's right. Anything you don't know, anything that you don't know, Google search it. Don't go off of what somebody told you to do. This man told you that he wanted to put a UV light inside of the body to kill the virus. He also said maybe we can, spray some disinfectant in the lungs, clean it out. I didn't say it. Go to the internet, pull up the video. He said it. Y'all don't know how many times I played that back over and over and over to make sure I heard him correctly. Like, this is insane. Claudia says, wow, stop it. Yes, like, read, stay home, stay clean, stay smart. Look up what you don't know. It's just self-explanatory, guys. And if it's not, like Papa T said, make sure you read the warning labels. They print them on there for a reason. Hey, Mila. Shout out to Mila Rutledge, girl. How you doing? Shout out to Dick Dillinger on Ear to the Streets Radio in Dallas, Texas. Listen, y'all, it's crazy that we even have to do a show on this. But I think it's very necessary because the powers that be aren't going out telling you guys what you really need to know. Now, listen, most of us black people already know the harms of bleach. Some of us don't even use it anymore because it's so powerful, right? And it's so toxic. So a lot of us go to non-toxic agents like myself. Now, in the case of COVID-19, I'm going to go ahead and just bite the dust and use a little bleach from time to time, but I'm going to dilute it. Notice that word. Make sure you go look it up in case you don't know what that means. Dilute it. Add some, ask Alexa, or go on Google onto your cell phone or your laptop and look it up. I add water to the bleach if it's necessary to use bleach. Only in hard cases, right? But at the end of the day, everybody does what they like to do and what feels comfortable to them. But do not consume the cleaning products, people. Okay? Like, I barely like drinking Coke. For people who don't know this, you can pour Coke into your toilet and you let it sit for a little bit, and then you can scrub the toilet and it will clean your toilet. It also, when you drink it, when you're drinking a regular Coke, not a Diet Coke or anything like that, it will also clean the inside of you out as well. And it'll also add extra sugars and etc. But that's the reason why I don't consume it as much. And if you notice, Coca-Cola will give you a kick. Because back in the day, they used to put cocaine in it. In case y'all didn't know that either. All this information is on the internet. Anyway, I don't even want to get sidetracked because there's so much more we need to talk about. So anyway, putting it back on Papa T. So I read that headline earlier. I said, people are accidentally poisoning themselves with bleach and as they are trying to disinfect their homes, which indicates you guys have never used bleach before. This is crazy.
Now, are you sure that the term is accidentally?
They use that on the, let's see who, Business Insider says they accidentally. Now, come on, y'all. One thing I will say about Mr. Trump is he says that there's a lot of fake news. And he is right. Some of the jargon, some of the terminology, the way they try to word titles for different things, he's right. I'm not against him. I'm not with him. I'm simply telling you, don't drink disinfectant. That's all I'm saying, guys. Don't do it. So we have Mila who says, I love bleach, but I never thought about adding it to my martini.
And still,
me either.
Think about it.
And still don't think about it. Okay? Like, it's just crazy that people would even think that that's okay. So in this article that I was looking over, it just says that poisoning control centers have reported a spike in calls related to cleaners and disinfectants in January, guys. This is going all the way back. This is before he made the comment that he made a few days ago. Like, all the way back, January of 2020, people were calling to see if it's possible to consume disinfectants. This is crazy. It's barely okay to consume alcohol, let alone a disinfectant. Like, guys, listen, okay? Look, y'all killing me out here. This is beyond ridiculous, okay? And so they basically said, people were calling in January of this year to ask questions about this, and that 20% from last year, it went up. The calls for knowing whether or not you can consume disinfectants went up by 20% because of this virus that hit. Guys, this can't be life right now. Like, y'all, listen, y'all. 2020 is acting up. 2020 is bringing all kind of transition, confusion. If you think you can drink disinfectant, what world we're living in a twilight zone if you think that's okay. Okay, we have Antoinette who says, it's not really surprising when you think of the people who were eating Tide Pods. Good point, but these were younger adults. These were teenagers. We're talking about grown people who are calling the CDC to confirm that it's okay to consume disinfectants. And this is our reality, guys. Gerard says, shout out to Gerard Ware, and he says, people are scared and desperate and are hanging on to words and advice of leaders, and it's irresponsible for the president to say that. 110% agree. What do you say about that?
I agree, Gerard. People are scared, yes, but even though you're scared, you can't be looking to someone that you don't really see them doing well or leading well, right? Yeah, you can go to, as Kishan said, an early caller said, hey, go to the older persons, the grandma, the grandpas actually know how to clean with cleaning products. Like, I've no disrespect, these young grandmas, grandpas, they don't really do much cleaning anymore. You know, all they do is call it iRobot and that, hey, iRobot take care of the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they send the kids out to do the laundry or to throw whatever they like in the laundry and that's it. Now, the old schools, yeah, they get down on their knees. They use the bleach properly.
Yeah.
Lysol wipes, Lysol spray properly and correctly to, you know, sanitize everywhere and get it all done. So, hey, don't act like a... I'm sorry to say it, Danny D. Don't, you know...
Go ahead. Say what's on your heart.
Oh, dang, thank you. Don't act like an idiot. Come on. Don't act like a fool up in this place, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Somebody can't be going out there. How would you like to go to your best restaurant and they put bleach inside of your drink?
You know what I'm saying?
Or you smell bleach on your fork or your plate. You're going to request, hey, I smell bleach in this thing. I ain't paying for this food. Think the same way. Come on.
Man, listen, you couldn't have said it any better. Claudia says, this Yaya does. She said, this grandma uses bleach the right way. Disinfectants the correct way. Shout out to you. Because listen, something went wrong between my generation, the generation before my generation. Like, I just put a post up saying, I don't know what these people were thinking before me. The people that are in my mom and dad's generation, what are y'all thinking? Seriously, what are you thinking? I just don't understand. Seriously, this is a serious question. It's no shade. I want to know. I really want to know. Listen, I'm good for giving out the stats, and I want to give you all these statistics real quick. A total of 45,550 cases of poisoning related to cleaning and disinfectants were reported from January of 2020 until March of 2020. Over 45,000. This is crazy, guys. Like, this has to stop. When are we going to start thinking for ourselves? When are we going to start asking questions and then looking up those questions on Google in a book? How about reading a book? How about reading the warning labels like Papa T. Island just said? Read the warning labels. It's right there in front of you. If you're too lazy to turn that can around just to read, to let you know what bodily harm this can do to you if you consume it, there's something deep. There's something else that's wrong here. That's deeper than what I'm talking about today on this show. So Antoinette, she says, our president has been giving lots of advice, but I've yet to see him wear a mask or gloves. Real eyes, real lies, real lies. Yeah, repeat that later on.
That's true.
That's so true.
That's true. That is so true. Because I've never seen him wear a mask or gloves while doing his speech and everything. I've seen, like, for instance, the mayor of Michigan or Chicago actually wear his while he was giving his speech. And I was like, oh, dang. I've never seen Mr. Trump do that before.
Right.
But anybody coughs inside him, he runs away. Hey,
he don't want it. He don't want it.
Protection. Come on.
And here's, I think, the bigger thing that Miss Antoinette is saying too is, like, lead by example. If you want everybody in this country to be safe, you want to slow down the spread of COVID-19, then show them by example what it takes in order to reduce this pandemic, because it is a very real thing that's affecting each and every one of us. We drove around Houston today. There's so many businesses that are still closed and still may or may not open on tomorrow. We still need to go out and wear our mask. If you're forgetful like me, because I always have a million things on my mind that I'm trying to get done, leave a couple of masks inside of your car,
and
a few gloves, in your car, your purse, and at home. So that way you don't have an excuse. Even if you're outside exercising. I was out running the other day, and guess what? I had on my mask. I mean, I didn't have it like this. I had it on. Running. You understand? If it's necessary, go get a gas mask. I don't care. Like, whatever it takes. Because you may have the virus, but your body may act totally different, right? I'm going to tell y'all what I know so far based on the interviews that I did. Miss Tina Lewis George, she had the virus. She said she couldn't smell. She couldn't taste. She was extremely weak. Another person that I interviewed had the virus, and he just felt bad, right? He just felt bad. And over time, the virus took over him, right? And he already had a pre-existing health condition. So, and then there's some people that I've been reading about that I didn't personally interview, but I've been reading about it online. They test positive for the virus and literally no symptoms. But then that means that you could pass it on to somebody else and you could actually kill them. So that's the thing. We don't even understand how this virus works. I don't think the people who are in these labs testing this thing, they really truly don't know how it works yet. And that's going to take time. From what I read, it's going to take another 13 months to even come out with a legitimate vaccine. which a lot of people are like, I'm not taking that. And I completely get it. But if you're not going to take it, please don't consume disinfectants. That's what this show is about. I don't care what you decide to do or not to take, but choose not to take a gulp of disinfectant, because that's not going to cure you. That's going to land you in the hospital, if not an early death. And that's not what we want. Like, come on, people.
Right.
This
and
is crazy.
In the same breath, don't mean to cut you off, D, but in the same breath, don't go out there and be selfish. If you know you have it, quarantine yourself. Don't go out there in crowds and not wear your gloves or your mask. And for instance, go walk up into Walmart or any grocery store and, walk around, you cough on this, you cough on that, somebody will catch a thing. Probably, who knows? Probably like a little baby come after you, caught that thing. The baby's body is not as strong as yours, could lead to death.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or somebody lost another family. So be safe out there. And as they say, 6 feet apart, wear your gloves, wear your mask. If you don't wear your gloves or your mask, then, the cops catch you, that's going to be $1,000 fine. And that's all your Trump money, or what they call the stimulus check. All that's going to be gone if you don't spend it on TV or video games already.
So true. Like, look, he just made an excellent point. That stimulus check is going to be gone before you know it if you get caught out here as starting tomorrow without your mask. It shouldn't have to be law for people to want to do the right thing, but yet here we are. And I'm cool with it, because anything that will reduce the spread so we can get our lives back to normalcy. I say that in quotations because it's like, we don't even know how long it's going to take to get back to normalcy. Like, it's crazy.
The mayor of the governor of Texas actually said they want to open up the state, but they're going to give it a 30-day trial. That's why they let you all out for 30 days. But you got to wear a mask, wear your gloves, stay 6 feet apart from each other if you can. So, welcome back, Houston. But stay safe.
There you go. I like that. And before we go, I just want to shout out Run Lad Poncho. He was lining up my Facebook wall with all kinds of natural remedies. I am not a doctor. Sistas Talk Podcast. We do not give you advice with intentions on you believing that we're doctors and we're telling you what to do. However, I would like to share some information that he shared with me. He states that 20 minutes in direct sunlight every day makes you increase your vitamin D levels. The vitamin D helps to regulate your mood and your sleep cycles, and overall it increases your immune system, right?
In other words, go take a walk. If the sun hot, even though it's hot, go take a walk.
And if they remember earlier what I said about the virus, it dies within minutes in direct sunlight. So the virus cannot handle UV radiation. Now, that's to say, for the people who don't understand properly and they have a little bit of disconnect, that does not mean that you go find a UV radiation lamp and you consume it. Please do not do that. We are not advising that. Go outside, let the natural sunlight hit you for at least 20 minutes, okay? Another helpful tip I thought it was nice. You guys can take it for what it is. A cap full of apple cider vinegar in the morning, and at night aids in digestion. It helps weight loss, and it decreases high blood pressure. Also, combining natural vitamin C with other supplements are a great way to boost up your immune system. And one last thing I just wanted to note that he said is if you're congested, because a lot of people are getting afraid because allergy season, sinuses are running amok. They're like, oh my God, do I have this? Well, I can't tell you if you do or not, but a lot of us are just having regular old sinus infections and congestion because the flowers are blooming, nature is happening. And, if you're congested, go into the restroom, take a nice hot shower, and just let that steam, get inside of your body, because that moisture, people are laughing at me, but low-key somebody at the house like, oh my God, I have a fever, oh my God, oh Lord, don't take me home yet. Listen, calm down, okay? If the fever doesn't subside within 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours, then yes, you need to seek medical attention. But come on, guys, like the regular things that normally happen in everyday life are going to still happen. Let's just be real. Let's not be so paranoid. But getting back to what I was saying, you let that shower and that steam, kind of into your body. That moisture is going to make that phlegm or that mucus, subside and come out Eat something hot too. It'll kind of drain your sinuses out as well. I am not a doctor. These are things that my old school grandmother taught me when I was a kid, and it was refreshing to see Run Lad express this on Facebook so that people can calm down and they can stop drinking bleach. Okay, let's talk about that. This is crazy.
Get back old school.
Yeah, like that's all you have to do is go back to your roots, right?
There you go.
And for those who don't have roots, go look it up, okay? Not the movie Roots, guys, because I know now I have to be very literal. Not the movie Roots. Go back and just look up old school remedies, okay? That's natural for the body, that's harmless to people. And you have to remember, even with natural remedies, you have to be very careful because there's some things that people cannot consume, like you may be allergic to certain vegetables or oils or things like that. Yeah, so like there's certain herbs that people may be allergic to. So just, guys, be careful. Read. Reading is fundamental. I wrote a paper on that when I was a kid. But listen, to see 30, 40, 50-year-old people consuming disinfectants, this is a problem, guys. Like, you can't even blame the educational system. When are you going to take control of your own life? That's the question that I have for you. So before we go, I want to talk about one last portion of this article. They said that bleach was the most likely culprit for poisonings, guys. So accounting to like 62% of the increase of cases of poisoning this year alone. Guys, listen. If you don't walk away with anything from Sistas Talk Podcast, walk away with this. If something smells toxic, it looks toxic, it is toxic. Like, you don't even have to Google that. You don't have to call somebody and ask them. You don't have to call the CDC. Listen, just use your human instinct. That's what it's there for, guys. I just want to, I just had to get that out, guys. Is there anything you want to close this podcast with?
Just go out there, stay safe, and please, since we're all back out tomorrow, go out there, support our small businesses, small restaurants coming up. They need our help. They haven't been kicking the way they should kick since this virus attack. So they need their help, they need their support to keep on going, you know what I mean? So go and help them out. Stay safe. And, hey, let's get Houston back together again.
One thing duly noted before we go, Mila says that they canceled the fine. So maybe if they see you without a mask, you may not get a fine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and also Claudia says that today the younger generation wants things done for them. They want others to do the reading instead of confirmation for their own. And I agree with her. Because in some ways, I'm lazy too. But when it comes to my personal health, I'm not going to be lazy about that because I'm the only person responsible for that. Nikki says that Koolaid vitamins have been a great, tasty substitute for her for apple cider vinegar. Like for people who don't want to consume apple cider vinegar, the name I keep messing up, then you have an option of Koolaid vitamins. So I'm assuming it will give you the same nutritional vitamin content. So that's really good. Antoinette also states that Medical Medium is a great reference book as well. So for people who want to know these things about the body, about how, medicines and herbs and all this other stuff works within the body, Medical Medium will be a great reference book for them.
Okay.
So you guys, like we have to definitely do the work. Let's not let other people do the work for us. When it comes to us and our own bodies, we have to take charge of that. We don't want things to get out of control to the point where we have to go into a hospital, to the point where we have to get medical attention. But if you do, that's okay too. Know when you need to stop holding back and say, look, it's time for me to go. I don't feel good. Something's not right. I don't want to infect other people. I don't want to infect my family. I need to go see a doctor. You know what I mean? So be responsible. That's all we're asking, including myself. I'm going to be responsible. Can you make the pledge to be responsible too? That's the question I leave you guys with. And shout out to Papa T Island. You guys, if you need any great Jamaican food and you're in the Houston area, make sure you give them a call. 832-405-2120. Do you have anything like your specialty? They see you, by the way. Do you have a specialty that you enjoy making for people?
Oh, what's not to make for Jamaicans? Let's see. I can't even just say it off my mind. I like to cook everything Caribbean.
Antoinette says, yes, girl. The food is great. It's excellent.
But everything I can cook, I can make it real good for y'all. I know I've got a lot of requests for oxtails and jerk chicken, even my pineapple salmon. And,
pineapple barbecue salmon. I tasted that. That was superb.
Yeah. And also my pineapple ribs as well. You know, Caribbean style. So it's all out there. Anything you like, just shout me out, let me know.
Yeah, hit them up. 832-405-2120. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. It's a little short, but look, I got a lot of things to do, and I'm trying to stay safe as well, but we wanted to push this information out to the community. Do not drink disinfectants, okay? That is the main idea that you need to take away from this podcast today. Another main idea is if you need to order some Jamaican food, you're getting tired of cooking at home, hey, we deliver, okay? Papa T's Island, 832-405-2120. You have to live in the Houston area. We're not doing driving out of town stops. Sorry. Not doing it, okay? Like, the country's not even safe to do that right now. So, yeah, we want to thank you guys for always tuning into the Sistas Talk Podcast. And you guys stay safe, stay smart, stay blessed. Until next time, have a great Sunday.
Rolling out my XXT, rolling out my XXT, yeah.